go, Conspiracy News 33 with yours truly, JQ. Let's go, we started off light. Mark Jacobs continues the feminization of men and men acting and dressing like girls. And of course, our favorite, Uzi, has dressed up in some sort of oversized skirt with girly looking boots and a bag, of course. Stop it. Uzi, you're dope. Great artist, great rapper, but nah. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And there's another one. So yeah, let me get the story. I'll tell you something about it. Alright, let's go. Get a better idea of it. Earlier this week, Marc Jacobs celebrated his 40th anniversary with the launch of an exclusive tote bag designed by fashion designer Steven Sprouse. On Friday, June 14, 4-3, of course, the label shared campaign photos featuring Little Uzi Vert. In the imagery, the Philadelphia rapper... Okay, that's good. The Philadelphia rapper wore sleeves at the top, oversized shorts with it's a skirt, and rain boots from Jacobs' ready-to-wear collection. Notably, it was styled by Alistair McKim, whose work includes Northwest and Pink Panthers, and shot by Nick Newbold. Some of the poses caught flack online. Uzi give JT her purse back. However, the Just Wanna Rock hitmaker garnered tons of praise as well, with one person stating, "Not going to lie, he looks too good in the photo shoot, made me actually like the bag." Another person highlighted the masculinity comments are weird. Men used to wear crop tops and shoes with heels in the 70s. Guess there was an agenda to end black masculinity then. Nah, bro. Stop. Come on. Stop making excuses for this shit. Even that outfit was crazy. I don't know why it didn't play again, but that's how it's been lately. Alright. Arianna Grande shocks the world and claims something about her dream dinner date would be with Jeffrey Dahmer. They worship Satan, man. It's clear as day at this point. Like literally clear as day at this point. Conspiracy News 33, by the way. I just gotta find an article. How y'all doing today? Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that. Sorry I've been slacking. I don't even want to do YouTube anymore, to be honest. So let's keep at it. Let's not give up. Let's not give up. Alright. Got it. The mother of one of Jeffrey Dahmer's numerous victims is not happy with Ariana Grande after the pop star recently made a shocking confession about her obsession with the serial killer. Late aspiring model Tony Hughes' mother Shirley ridiculed the wicked actress during a conversation with the news publication after the Thank You Next singer admitted to once telling her fan her dream dinner date was the cannibalistic man who was killed in prison after murdering 17 men and boys between 1978 and 91. To me, it seems like she's sick in her mind, Shirley harshly declared of Ariana. It's not fancy or funny to say you would have wanted to do dinner with him. To me, it's like she's sick in her head, Shirley harshly declared of Ariana. It's not fancy or funny to say you would have wanted to go do dinner with him. It's also not something you should say to young people, which she says she did The traumatized mom added in a reference to Arianna explaining during a recent podcast appearance how a young fan asked who, living or dead, she would love to sit and have dinner with. That is so awkward. They worship Satan. That's why she mentioned it. It's like that. Shirley said one of the most upsetting of Arianna's behavior when telling the story as the Seven Rings hitmaker was laughing while discussing her infatuation with Jeffrey despite the killer murdering Tony, who was deaf and unable to speak when his life was taken by the serial slayer after meeting him at a gay bar in '91. Tony's sister Barbara expressed a desire for Arianna to apologize in hopes for her fan base can understand how hurtful it could be for the families of the victims while playfully idolizing a serial killer. Unfortunately, until it happens to her and her family, she doesn't know what we have been through. Facts. She's trying to mock y'all, basically. It's ritualistic, satanic behavior. Just like she was part of that Manchester bomb shit. It's all connected, like I always say. Anger from Tony's loved ones comes from after award-winning artist comments went viral following her appearance on the Pod Crushed podcast. Recalling her conversation with the young fan, Arianna Dita was like, "Oh, you're so cute. Mom and Dad, is it okay if I go give the real answer?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure, I guess. What's the answer?" And I was like, Jeffrey Dahmer's pretty fascinating. I think I would have loved to have met him." What? Wow. Like, you know, maybe with a third party or something. I have questions I want to. I have a lot to. I don't know. I would love to. Like, you know, maybe with a third party or something. I have questions I want to. I have a lot to. ... I don't know. I would love to have, you know what, with him. Whoa. And the parents were like, "We'll explain it later, sweetheart." And I was like, "I'll just sing Problem and go home." Arianna quipped after admitting, "I was infatuated with serial killers when I was younger." Promoting bullshit as usual. Crazy. Another rapper dead, ritual sacrifice. Charles Joe, known as Julian Fulio, has died. 3 others were hospitalized after a Sunday shooting, according to Tampa police.
For the person who shot and killed a rapper and hurt 3 others outside of a hotel
Rappers,
there.
he had life insurance, and he was saying, talking about practicing voodoo and shit. Why would you go to a Holiday Inn? Why would you go to a Holiday Inn? Why wouldn't you have a bulletproof car, and why wouldn't you have security? Come on, you over here dissing gang members and dead people. You know how many people are probably pissed about that? Come on, bro. Dude was
reportedly there to
delusional,
celebrate
bro.
his birthday. I think he was turning, 26 or 27. Police are still trying to figure out a motive for the shooting. But in some of his songs, he made jokes about the murders of people and other groups as well as rappers.
It's real. That's real.
I heard probably 2 series of shots, maybe like 5 shots each. And then probably like 5 minutes later, just heard some voices.
At that hotel, because according to social media posts, his pool party at an Airbnb was shut down by police. He alerted
that
people,
probably had something to do with it. This is all connected. This is probably an operation.
And the people who ambushed him allegedly came there to do that. 3 other victims are being treated at a hospital.
It was crazy because the person he made fun of, 4 people died. 3 people died and 1 survived. This one was 1 person survived. No, 3 people survived and 1 died. Crazy, man. But this is him talking about it. He does voodoo. They all do voodoo. They all do dark shit. That's why he got famous, probably. Of course, commercials, Megan Thee Stallion put away a rapper for 10 years and now she's famous.
The day
My
you
bad.
get your clear choice dental implants
My bad.
changes your struggle.
This was
with
3 years ago. This was 3
yo,
years
what's the word?
ago.
16. It'd be like the content. The only reason I asked that, cause like, let's get to what y'all came to see.
Oh, hell no.
The only reason I asked that, cause like, even like in my city, everybody know like it been wild or whatever.
Yeah.
And when motherfuckers ask,
I had rubber bands in my shit at first. It's multiple ways you could do them bitches. Like,
don't understand like wicks and shit. Like, how does a motherfucker grow that? Like, does it start off with dreads or?
Like you can free form them bitches, keep your scully on all day or your hoodie, just let them bitches, don't even touch them bitches. Free form them bitches. You gotta go sleep in the open casket for like.
It ain't really common, so I really don't understand it. Like, what do motherfuckers be doing? Like, is it like?
Yeah.
So you could be in a religion and still practice voodoo?
There we go.
I wouldn't say that, but something like that, yeah. Something like
You don't
that.
want to.
So like with the rituals and shit, like, cause you know I really, where I'm from, this shit ain't really common. So I really don't understand it. Like, what do motherfuckers be doing? Like, is it like spells and shit? Like the example type shit.
It be shit like you gotta go sleep in the open casket for like 5-6 days.
Yeah.
Shit like it's like just
crazy.
dumb like shit you gotta go through. Like, okay, you want a bitch to be fucked up about you, take her hair, give it like, and she'll just, you know what I'm saying, just witchcraft some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So have you seen like somebody do I don't know if you want to call it a spell or ritual, and then you actually see like it work?
Mhm.
Yo, that shit crazy. So I see like on your Instagram you got like ESPN. What that's
That's my label. I can't say what it stands for, but that's my label for sure. That's my label name. But it's gonna be with an S at, it's gonna be a 6. So it's gonna be E6PN, but it's really ESPN. Yeah.
So you know when you first started doing music, like were you getting views right away, or did it?
Hell no. But I say my first song, like my first video, probably did like 10K, 5K or some shit, but that was numbers to me.
Yeah.
That was numbers to me. I'm like, hell yeah, I could do this shit. Then I just kept dropping it, and then that shit when it going up. I'm like, oh, y'all just gotta, I see what the recipe is. Yeah. Keep dropping, putting it in their face. You know what I'm saying? And that's the recipe. Stay consistent.
So you know, up until like not this song that you just dropped, but like up until this point, like what was your hottest song that you was known for?
I actually got a song called Voodoo. That bitch got like 5 million. Then I got Crooks. That bitch got like 4 million.
And he got a song?
I got a couple songs with millions of views. Like.
Wow, he do have a song, Voodoo. That's crazy, man. And then he wonders why he's dying. Fucking with demons and the dark spirits. Come on, it's obvious. It's karma, dark world, spirits, and all that. I never heard this joint. Let's check it out quick. See what kind of dark shit is in this video.
I'm just trying to take care of my fuck it, nah, I'm playing with that woo. My grandma do voodoo. Fuck it, nah, I'm playing with that woo. We just talk the head off a goose. Sister living proof. You can't walk a mile in my shoe. You can't even hang with my crew. I'm just trying to get bigger. Staying independent, getting richer. I can't fall victim to the system. The fool of your a killer. Homies trying to knock me out the picture. I'm just trying to take care of my sister and provide for my brothers. If you playing cut, then I'ma cut you.
Of course, it's dark and all that, but alright. Wiki leader, founder Julian Assange will plead guilty and deal with U.S. to allow him to walk free after 5 years. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange will plead guilty to a felony charge and a deal with the U.S. Justice Department that will allow him to walk free and resolve a long-running legal saga that spanned multiple continents and centered on the publication of trove of classified documents. Assange left the British prison on Monday and will appear later this week in the U.S. federal court in the northern Mariana Islands, a U.S. Commonwealth in the Western Pacific. He's expected to plead guilty to an Espionage Act charge of conspiring to unlawfully obtain and disseminate classified national defense information, the Justice Department said in a letter filed in court. The plea guilty, which must be approved by a judge, brings an abrupt conclusion to a criminal case of international intrigue and U.S. government's years-long pursuit of a publisher whose hugely popular secret-sharing website made him a cause of celebrity among many press freedom advocates who said he acted as a journalist to expose U.S. military wrongdoing. He did the Iraq torture stuff, but we all know this exists. It's all scripted, to be honest. He probably wasn't even in jail for 5 years, to be honest. Investigators, by contrast, have repeatedly asserted that his actions broke laws meant to protect sensitive information and put the country's national security at risk.
Wikileaks founder Julian Assange has made a deal with the U.S. Justice Department for his freedom. After 14 years in legal limbo and 5 years in a British prison, Assange has agreed to plead guilty on one count of violating the Espionage Act. Joining us now, NBC News Justice reporter Ryan Riley. I think the prevailing question I have is, why would the DOJ agree to this plea deal? Why would they say you can have your freedom, time served, be on your way?
I think because the appellate process within in England and London had played out for so long, and really you're talking about diminishing returns ultimately when you're talking about a 5-year sentence that's already been imposed. So if they had continued to have this fight, there was another hearing scheduled coming up. There's still the jeopardy of whether or not there could be extradition there, because there are a number of things that Julian Assange team brought up. There's this idea that you can't get someone out of the country if they could be subject to the death penalty, for example. Now, federal prosecutors and DOJ and the U.S. government would say that that wasn't even on the table here, but those are the sort of issues that they are raising and sort of dragging this out as long as they possibly can. It might remind you of another person who's sort of in legal jeopardy, sort of his strategy here. It's just about delay. So ultimately, I think what this deal does is lock in a conviction, lock in a 5-year term, even if it was served in a British prison rather than in the United States, and sort of put this case behind them. Because this was a case that under the Obama administration, the Justice Department chose not to bring forward. It was brought in the Trump administration, at which point, they were essentially cutting their losses, I think, at the end of this and sort of putting this issue behind them instead of continuing to go through this process. And it could be years extend out potentially. And then, all of that would be credit for time served probably in the end anyway. So I think they basically are just sort of trying to wrap this up and put them behind it ultimately.
All right, Ryan.
He is expected to return to his home country of Australia after his plea and sentencing, which is scheduled for Wednesday morning, local time, in Saipan, the largest island in the northern Mariana Islands. The hearing is taking place there because of Assange's opposition to traveling to the continental U.S. and the court's proximity to Australia. Attorneys for Assange didn't immediately respond to requests for comment on Monday. In a statement posted on X, WikiLeaks said Assange boarded a plane and departed the UK on Monday after leaving the British prison where he had spent the last 5 years. WikiLeaks applauded the announcement of the deal, saying it was grateful for all those who stood by us, fought for us, and remained utterly committed in the fight for his freedom. WikiLeaks published groundbreaking stories of government corruption and human rights abuse, holding the powerful accountable for their actions. As editor-in-chief, Julian paid severely for these principles and for people's rights to know. The deal ensures that Assange will admit guilt while also sparing him from any additional prison time. He has spent years hiding out in the Ecuadorian embassy in London after Swedish authorities sought his arrest on rape allegations before being locked up in the UK. Assange is expected to be sentenced to 5 years he already spent in the highest security British prison while fighting to avoid extradition to the US to face charges. A process has played out in a series of hearings in London. Last month, he won the right to appeal an extradition order after his lawyers argued that the U.S. government provided blatantly inadequate assurances that he would have the same free speech protections as American citizen if extradited from Britain. Assange has been heralded by many around the world as a hero brought to light military wrongdoing in Iraq and Afghanistan. Among the files published by WikiLeaks was a video of 2007 Apache helicopter attack by American forces in Baghdad that killed 11 people, including 2 Reuters journalists, but his reputation was also tarnished by rape allegations. Wow, I never seen that video. Gotta see that. The Justice Department indictment unsealed in 2019 accused Assange of encouraging and helping U.S. Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning steal diplomatic cables and military files that WikiLeaks published in 2010. Prosecutors accused Assange of damaging national security by publishing documents that harm the U.S. and its allies and enemies. So there you go, Conspiracy News 33. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'm just trying, man. That's all I could do. Dan, where you at, man? You're supposed to be in 33. Hopefully he'll be at 34, man. Speaking of that, Club 33. Club 33, man, in Disney World, man. It ain't an accident. Let's see, type 33. Is a natural number following 32 and 34. The number of detainees in the doses.